Today is a very special day. I am very excited because I'm going to have some guests today. Yes, the gentleman that you see in here, he's not going to be on guest today. He's not going to be one of the speakers today. But we have two other persons, amazing individuals, and I want to share them with you. But before we go into anything, as usual, I'd like to give thanks to the Almighty for granting us this opportunity, for this space, so that we can disseminate information onto you, the public of Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the world. So today, what caused me to be excited is an amazing product. But before we get into that product, we want to make it clear that we want to talk about women's health today. And there are a lot of issues that we are faced with, and some of us keep it a secret because we feel that no other woman is going through what we are going through. But today I'm here to let you know, and a lot of women are going to be thanking you very soon. A lot of women are going to be thanking welcome to Health and Wet Lifestyle.
Thank you for having me to share my, what I have to say and my testimony. I've used VAGINNE since I started using it early of January 2020, but one by one, because Louis, he said, use it consistently, and which I did. And I will tell you, after I didn't think I used the whole box, that went away like it was amazing. Right? No more discharge. Everything was smelling nice, clean, fresh, right? And what I realized too, it also helped with my period pains. Because the first 2 days, because I'm into perimenopause, or heading there, all right? I don't like to think I'm heading to perimenopause.
Well, I'm there already. I've been there a long time.
Yes. And, after a while, as women, as we get older, our body changes, right? So growing up, I didn't have any period pains or anything like that. I'll never know when it was coming. Now I know a few days before because of all the breast pains and the bloating and the cramps and headaches and all this kind of, even the pH down there will be a little off, all right?
Yes.
And after using VAGINNE, that really helped. I didn't have any pains. Right? Now, the first day was heavy, so I feel a little something, but nothing to keep me back. I didn't have to ask for time off. I didn't have to lay down. I didn't have to take any Panadol for that pain. And that was amazing to me. All right? And also, the period was not heavy. It was light and nice. And afterwards, normally as women, we think that when we finish our periods, that is it. But use VAGINNE about a day or two when it's finished, you will see some gross things coming out there. Blood that is normally there in your
stagnated blood. Yes,
exactly. It was there, but it comes out with VAGINNE after a day or two when your period finishes, and it really cleans it really well. So now I don't have to spend money for those products on those shelves. All right, I have something that can help, and what it's also doing is really helping your cervix, because I get paranoid with that as well, because I always share the story. My mother died from cervical cancer.
Okay.
And VAGINNE, the ingredients really helps to strengthen, and it's like a vitamin
and stuff like that. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Miss Alicia, we did not do a proper introduction. Could you please tell the public who is Alicia Daniel? Yeah. So just briefly, just say who you are, your feel and stuff like that, so that people can know who is speaking to them.
Okay, well, hello everyone, I'm Alicia Daniel, all right? I am my profession, I'm a registered dietitian, but also a functional and integrative nutrition coach, right? And I chose specifically that field because we need to deal with the root cause of our problems. And I think dealing with the root cause, we won't have a lot of the symptoms or sicknesses, diseases that we have today. So that's why I chose that route of functional nutrition. And I'm more focused on helping women with digestive and hormone health, because I grew up in my family watching my mom suffer from that, myself included, with a lot of digestive issues and hormonal issues. That's the area I focus on a lot. So these products and VAGINNE is in my backyard.
You know why I wanted you to do that, Ms. Danielle? Because I myself, and this is the reason why I'm doing health, because I've suffered very early in my life, you know, between 30s and my 40s, I became very ill. I had some health challenges with kidneys, high blood, extremely high blood pressure, some digestive issues, recurrent yeast infection and stuff like that. And now I have to be like walking on pins and needles to make sure that I don't do anything to slip back into that category, because the symptoms is horrible. When we're talking about pain, and we're talking about even humiliating scent, where you're so aware and conscious of what is taking place with you. You feel everybody else knows what's going on with you. So, you know, it really causes our confidence to be depleted. But this is the reason why I'm into health. And getting products such as VAGINNE is very important to me, very, very important, because growing up as a young woman, having yeast infection, having urinary bladder infection that comes up very, very often, almost every month I had to go to the drugstore to get something to use to clear myself up. But I've made some lifestyle changes with watching what I'm eating and drinking and supplementation. But I can say, we at Health and Wealth Lifestyle always add things that will give people extra value. And I am so happy. And I must say thanks to my sister. I must say thanks. This program, I must say thanks to her. Because from the moment someone mentioned it to her, she called me immediately. And she said, listen to me, this person told me this, so. Look into it and see if it can help your clients, your customers. And I begin to do my research. I asked Olakunde to do some research for me, and we combine together and we find it, and the testimonies or the research based on the product itself. Because research and product, how it's done, make sure that it's organic, and you know, the process from getting from the organic plant to the product itself is very, very important. And when I came in contact with you people, you know, you people, and I'm hearing women standing, and they're saying, because we have lots of women that have used this in Trinidad and are giving so much thanks, right? Because it has saved marriages, it has saved women from polycystic ovaries, clean that area up, recurrent yeast infection, and this product can also help someone with preventing papilloma virus. And you know, when you get that, we're talking about cervical cancer and stuff like that. So this is not just a product to use if you have a problem, but it's also a product to prevent a problem from occurring. And this is what is amazing with this product. So Mr. Louis, I know you have done all your research before you have introduced this to your partner, and you have encouraged your partner to take this product, to use this, so that you can be smiling today, right? So she's not going to turn her back on you because she's feeling embarrassed. Yes, but you're basically responsible. So I want you to talk a bit on the product, because I know that you have done something. We have Alicia with her testimony, and she have more, you know. She have more to say. So we're going to come back to her. But before we come back to her, Mr. Louis, can you tell us something about the product, and why do you think that is significant for the use of the women in Trinidad and Tobago?
Certainly. Thank you so much. You know, just as Alicia indicated, you know, and you indicated, so many women go through many challenges. And so when I came into the knowledge of this company and this amazing product, I knew that it would be something of benefit to so many women, especially in Trinidad and Tobago. You see, the problem is that 25% of women globally are infected with what we call bacterial vaginosis. That's 900 million women worldwide. Prior to diagnosis, 62% of women mistook bacterial vaginosis for a yeast infection and treated it with the wrong things. 97% of women with the bacterial vaginosis have avoided being intimate with their partner due to their condition. And so, as we were saying, it's causing problems in marriages and relationships. And only 43% of women with BV are aware that untreated bacterial vaginosis can lead to an increased risk of STD infection. You see, we know that an estimated 90% of women have experienced some sort of vaginal infection in their life due to their living conditions or pathogen contact, or due to their lifestyle, or due to pressure from modern day life. You're talking about things like yeast infections, Trichomonas vaginals. You have abdominal discharge, foul odor discharge, itchiness, burning, menstrual irregularities that many women face, vaginal dryness, pain during sexual intercourse, and pain even passing urine. You see, VAGINNE is the only patented product that can naturally balance the microbes, promoting friendly bacteria and inhibiting the bad bacteria, and enhances the natural self-cleansing and defense mechanism of every single woman. You see, our VAGINNE is unique in that it enhances the friendly bacteria and inhibits the bad bacteria. It therefore reduces infection and enhances the self-cleaning and defense, that natural self-cleaning and defense of every woman. It moisturizes and tightens. It repairs the cells, nourishes the ovaries, and restores the elasticity and the tightness of the vaginal walls. And therefore, it improves sex life by giving that fresh aroma. Some of our ladies say that they've gone from a fishy smell to a fruity smell. And that's thanks to the ylang-ylang flower. We have that essential oil that is in our VAGINNE. And it also helps with pheromone excretion that naturally allows men and women to bond. And so this is what VAGINNE takes care of. It takes care of feminine discharge, intimate itching, unwanted malodor, candidiasis, bacterial infections. As you shared earlier, the human papilloma virus that leads to cervical cancer, it eliminates HPV. It helps women with menstrual cramps. It helps with an irregular menstrual cycle. It helps women with low libido. It helps with vaginal elasticity, intimate dryness, improves sex and intimacy, improves fertility. There are women that have not been able to conceive. They started using VAGINNE, and of course, VAGINNE did its work and they conceived. It also improves sex and intimacy, improves fertility, as I said, helps women with polycystic ovarian syndrome. The person that introduced me to IMMERI, her testimony is that she consistently used VAGINNE. And all of the things that she had growing inside of her, when she went back to a gynecologist said, what have you been using? Whatever it is that you've been using, keep using it. Because she used to have to walk around with painkillers. Because as soon as she's about to get to her cycle, she knows because of the pain. So it helps women with polycystic ovarian syndrome and the related symptoms. It relaxes the state of emotion and improves bonding naturally. And so, I could feel comfortable in representing this company and our amazing product because of the clinical trials. We have clinical trial results that back up what it is that we're saying. In terms of a bacterial infection, we saw a drastic reduction in our trials. Fungal infections, a drastic reduction. Trichomonas infections, with any type of inflammatory infiltrates, we saw a drastic reduction. After a pap smear, vaginal smear, the results after using VAGINNE for just 2 weeks, we saw where there was a drastic reduction in any itching, burning, stinging, pain, discomfort, irritation, dryness, discharge, and odor. We have our Dr. Glenda Rabino. She's a medical doctor, an obstetrician, and gynecologist. And she, after the clinical trial, she says, VAGINNE enables every woman to experience natural cleanliness and comfort in their most intimate part. So it's not just for women that have an issue. As you shared earlier, it is preventative as well. We have all of the certifications. We have our own patent for our product. Our VAGINNE is also US FDA certified. It is produced in our own factory and is already certified for production. And we have been awarded the best halal brand by the brand laureate for 2021. So this product has already been receiving accolades. This product has already been used by over 1 million women worldwide. And I'm just so excited that we have our amazing VAGINNE here in Trinidad and Tobago. We have Onika in Piaco. She says, when I used VAGINNE for the very first time, I woke up smelling like an exotic fruit. After some adult activities, my boyfriend's reaction was amazing. He said he got a new sensation and the aroma down under was enticing. She says, VAGINNE puts the happy in happiness. Jennifer Billington over in Pinal, she said, wow, look what one stick of VAGINNE did for me. So just as Miss Alicia Daniel is saying, the minute you start using VAGINNE, it starts to go to work immediately after one stick of VAGINNE. She said, after having 4 kids, uncomfortable menstrual pains returned. I was very skeptical to use VAGINNE, but I'm so glad I did. That one stick had me feeling so different. No pains, none whatsoever. I'm so happy, grateful, and blessed to have said yes, yes, yes to IMMERI. Mona in Arima, she says, in the sunset season of every woman's life, intimacy is no longer an interest. That was until she used VAGINNE. VAGINNE is amazing. It awoke her desire that lay dormant for a long time. Now, Huzzy and I, she said, were like Tarzan and Jane. Everyone needs VAGINNE. And Amanda in Sangre Grande says, excruciating menstrual cycle, lower back pains that many women can relate to are now gone. Intimate dryness, odor, and other perimenopausal related symptoms are gone. VAGINNE has helped her to get her groove back, and she feels like she's in her 20s again. She said VAGINNE is made for every woman. And so our amazing VAGINNE is being used by women here in Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad is the only country, Trinidad and Tobago first, and then we launched with a few people in Barbados. But Trinidad and Tobago is the epicenter of this product for the entire Western Hemisphere. The people that are happily involved with our amazing product, VAGINNE. And so that's what I can share. And so back to you so that you can hear some more from Alicia.
Very much for that information, which is much needed. And I'm telling you, you know the script like it's in the back of your hand. And you know what is amazing at this point in time is so much testimonies coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. And that is what is so amazing. The product is maybe a new product to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, but it's not a new product to Trinidad and Tobago. So if it is that I have decided, if so many women are getting help, because people don't really have a place to go, it's just word of mouth, spreading the information, sharing with a friend, sharing with a neighbor, a colleague, a sister, a mother, and that's how it's going. But Health and Wealth Lifestyle can spread the information even more. A wider range of persons are going to get this information, and women need help out there, because I get calls so often, and it's so sad for me to say, no, we don't carry that product anymore. That's the product I used to carry before. But now that I have VAGINNE, I have a list of women that I'm going to start calling, and I know they're going to look at this program, because I told them, I said, listen to the program. You're going to know when we have something that can help you with your issues. So for you women who are suffering with crazy menstrual pain, that you have to lie down on the cold floor, you're vomiting, you have to take the day off, VAGINNE is the product for you. If you have polycystic ovaries, you're having challenges becoming pregnant, VAGINNE is the product for you. If you have fibroids, VAGINNE is the product for you. And I'm saying this to my women out there. You know, many a times we hear about things and we procrastinate and we do not take that immediate step to go forward so that we can continue to have improvement in our lives. Because this life is not just to sit down and say, well, okay, you have to go and get up and get what you want. I tell people faith is not just sitting down and saying, and have faith with God. It is also an action word. You have to get up and do something. So if you're having challenges, you know you're having challenges out here, I am saying to you, call us. Call us at 288-1108 or 275-8359. Call us and find out what we can do for you. We also have a product that we combine with VAGINNE, that's for persons in more severe case, and we are going to talk about that product on another program where we're going to talk about the benefits that you can get from that product as well, but it's about women's health. So do not hesitate to call us to find out how the VAGINNE can help you depending on your condition. So we're going to go for a short break and we'll be back shortly. Remember, take the numbers and call us. Do not wait until it's too late. We do have some products in the country right now, so call us so that you can have your box of VAGINNE, and as one of the clients said, put the happy in the word happiness.
Hi all, Jennifer Melinton here, and I want to share with you about my VAGINNE experience. Now, as a teenager, when I started menstruating, I used to have really terrible belly pains. So much so that I used to be curled up in a ball rolling on the ground. And after I had my first child, the pains wasn't as drastic. It wasn't gone, but it wasn't as drastic. So it was a little more bearable. After the fourth child, it came back a little more than it was before, but still not as drastic as, you know, in the teens. And I was introduced to this company, and one of their products was the VAGINNE Intimate Refreshing Gel. Now, I used this gel, and upon using this gel, I realized that I was just feeling moist, and you know, it was just feeling fresh and clean. And then I started to realize within 2-3 days of using this product, my sex drive was on a peak. And I know it was because of this product that this VAGINNE that I used. And then too, when I didn't even know when my period came for that month, because I didn't have any back pains, any lower back pains, any breast tenderness, any cramps, any bloating. I didn't have any of these symptoms. I didn't know actually that my period was on me. Thank God, I am a person who always check dates, and I always keep a check on my dates. But that so happened, I was feeling so comfortable that I forgot the date myself, and I was reminded that listen, it's supposed to be on a period when I went in the toilet. So this works. It works for a lot of other issues pertaining to your vaginal health, and you all need to get yourself some of this. It works, and it works wonders.
Okay, welcome back. And of course, you shared a testimony there. But Alicia, we want to continue with your testimony and all the amazing benefit that you have gotten from using VAGINNE. Yes, I know my clients, when they come in, they're going to be asking me loads and loads of questions pertaining to my own experience. So I want you to share your experience. Give more detail about your experience with using VAGINNE, because you said that you're into women's health because you lost your mother to vaginal cancer.
Yes, cervical cancer.
Cervical cancer. So you lost your mom to that, and of course you have led yourself into the direction to help women to prevent things such as this coming. So based on your experience and outside of your experience using it, what can you say to the product that you will encourage women to use this product? How much lives can be saved? Because we want to stress on that, because many lives can be saved, because if we can prevent cervical cancer from taking place, there are going to be lives saved. And we want people to understand the seriousness. As much as I'm excited, you're excited, your husband is excited, my husband is excited, we want to let people know the seriousness and the importance of prevention is always better than medication. Okay, Alicia?
Sure. Yes. And you're right, prevention is better than cure anytime, right? And we don't want anyone to wait till it's too late, because as women, we tend to focus on everything else but ourselves. We tend to put ourselves last, up and down. Because even recently, like for simple thing as you have so many things to do that you would not even go to the bathroom and urinate on time. You will hold it back. And that happened to me last week. Still, I got a little minor urinary tract infection. It was burning. And I just used one applicator throughout in the day, Saturday, and by night I had no more burning. It went away with just one applicator. All right. I mean, if you wait till it's too late, you might need more, depending on how advanced that infection is. Also, secondly, what it helps with is this Trichomonas vaginalis. That's a parasite that a lot of us get from using toilet seats, especially public toilet seats. You get it from wet clothing, your wet underwear. You can even get it from sexual intercourse. And that is what gives that funny discharge sometimes. And it also can lead to pain during sex. And I did a scan about a year or two ago. And one thing that on that bioscan, what it showed that I had a lot of that Trichomonas vaginalis. That, and I also had, she said I was getting some small fibroids, right? Uterine fibroids. And that was really scary. And what I realized, I had issues using the bathroom. I would feel this pressure in my uterus and I want to pee every minute. And when I go, just a little bit coming out. But after using VAGINNE, I don't really feel that pressure anymore. I don't have pain during sex. And it's a good way to keep. So sometimes, you might share it with persons and they will say, I don't have this problem. Yeah, we want to prevent you from having that problem because the saying, what don't meet you won't pass you. So at some point, there's something is going to happen. I mean, we are just females. We are complicated things happen to us. All right?
We're exposed to the same thing every day. We're always exposed. And because of our busy lives that we have, because women, I remember my mother probably never worked a day in her life because she was a stay-at-home wife. When I say never worked a day, going out there and looking for the dollars because she worked at home. But we are so busy, we are working, we're always working, we leave home 5 o'clock, we get back home at night, and we're always so busy. So it's not just about how much, I always tell people, it's not about how much supplement you can use, or it's about managing your whole life in a holistic way. Because when we have problems such as vaginal issues, that is one part of our lives we take and we push in a corner. And then the lack of communication with our partner, whether it be a boyfriend, a husband, a partner, the lack of communication, and that too put mental strain on us as female, and then it becomes stressful on the body, and then that becomes an illness. Now we have to give it a name, right? So if it is that we can eliminate this intimate part, such as the vagina and the reproductive system, if we can handle that and take care of that, we feel more confident, we feel more relaxed, so we can handle whatever situation that is thrown at us every day. We can handle it better, and I'm sure that is what you that is how you feel at this point in time, because you're more relaxed. More relaxed.
Yes, and the benefits of all the pleasurable stuff, the intimacy and the high libido and stuff. That's a byproduct of it. Focus on the other most important issues.
We talk about libido. Many people might not understand when we're saying about high libido or low libido. Now, in simple form, we're talking about, even in men, you want to be with your partner, but you don't have that zeal and that encouragement to be with your partner, right? And everything else takes precedent from you being with your partner. So you just don't have that drive, that sex drive. So when you talk about libido, it is it's either you have a high one, normal, or it's low. And when it's low, we do not approach our partner. We just turn our backs. We always tired. And I am a woman, so I like to keep it real. We make excuses all the time, right? No, we're not pushing sex and we're not pushing intimacy. We are pushing this product so that women can get help from issues that we are faced with, right? Issues such as what you have experienced, and I have experienced it many, many times. I have experienced it. And I want to give thanks to VAGINNE. We just have a few minutes left. I want to give thanks to VAGINNE for finding its way in Trinidad and Tobago so that we can be happier people. Because once you hear you have a happy wife, you have a happy family. Yeah? So once we are smiling, we know that the man is going to be smiling with us as well. And not only that, I understand that it helps with our emotional behavior. You know, when that time of the month comes, or even those of us who are going through perimenopause or even menopause, when the time of the month is supposed to be there, we become very agitated, grumpy. You know, some of us go into a mild depression and all of this. So by using VAGINNE, we find ourselves crawling out of that zone and being the person that we were meant to be. When we were teenagers, we know that we were just one individual. Because I can tell you, my husband can tell you, sometimes he wants to know if you're dealing with 3-4 different people when that time comes. And of course, you know, by balancing that hormones and feeling confidence and stuff like that, now we can say, well, okay, it's only we alone in the bedroom, not 3 and 4. And Mr. Brian, I'm sure that you understand what I'm talking about. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. As men, we wake up sometimes and wonder if there was a transformation, if there's a brand new person in the bed that's next to us. Because from the time you wake up in the morning and they say good morning, you know the response that you get. If you get a good morning, honey, then you know that it's who you got married to. If you hear, then you know it's problems. So I can relate.
Yes. So this is a product, Aisha. I must say thank you, but I'm looking forward to having you again because this 1 hour is too short to really get into much detail as to what we want to share to the public of Trinidad and Tobago and how much our desire is to help women, because I can hear it in you. I've heard it before. Your testimony, how much you want to help women to be in a position that they can be healthy and confident with themselves. And I am doing that, Ali, just as you. So I know that we are having this bonding moment at this point in time. And it's amazing being in your presence. And again, Mr. Louis, thank you for sharing this product. We're going to just leave the ad to play to the end of the product, on the end of the program. Thank you very much for sharing. And I know that we're going to get a lot of response because we have a lot of women out there suffering in silence. But we are saying stop suffering, call our numbers, and also remember all the other services that we do at Health and Wealth Lifestyle. We do our live blood analysis. We do our Anic foot detox, which is always followed by a soothing foot massage. We also do our body analysis. We do gua sha, full body massage. We do cupping. We do aquatherapy. So for those of you who are suffering in other areas, like having stroke or extreme pain in different areas of your body or your entire body, the place to be is number 73 Eastern Main Road in Barataria, where we can help you get better, where we can help you help your body to rejuvenate and recuperate and heal from a cellular level. And this is what we are about. This is what my guest is about. Giving benefit to you who will accept it. Yes? And thanks again. Any closing statement for any one of you?
Well, VAGINNE helps you to be that blissful woman, helps you to stay happy and simple.
Thank you. Mr. Louis, anything?
I would say a very special thank you to you for really being open and receptive to this amazing product. You know, this endorsement is wonderful because the more women that we have using our amazing VAGINNE, it's the more women that would be able to live as a blissful woman the way that God intended them to be.
Wonderful. I would say amen. I would say amen to that. I would say amen to that. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi everyone. My name is Charlene Johnson, and as you all can see, I am blushing. I am excited. I really, really want to tell you all about my experience using VAGINNE. Now, I was introduced to VAGINNE by the company IMMERI. And when I heard about VAGINNE, I heard that it was for the maintenance of vaginal integrity. It was for feminine problems. It was for polycystic ovaries, ovarian cysts. And I thought to myself, this is a great product that I know there are a lot of people who I know would really enjoy and benefit from using this product. Little did I know that I was one of the people who would benefit from using VAGINNE. When I heard that VAGINNE should be used by all women, and it's for the maintenance of vaginal integrity, I decided I would try. What would it hurt? And in trying VAGINNE, I must say thanks to IMMERI, thanks to the company for creating such a wonderful product. It was all natural, it was safe to use, and in using it, I became so much more confident. I did not know that all women did not have a fishy smell. And I had this fishy smell that I experienced. And I didn't see it as a problem. But when I used VAGINNE, I smelled great. I started to smell like a fruit, a good smelling fruit. And my husband enjoyed the feel of VAGINNE while we were love making. He seemed so interested, so much more interested in me. And I felt so confident. VAGINNE did this for me, something that I didn't even know existed, was able to make such a difference in my marriage life. And I really am grateful to the IMMERI company for creating such a product. I feel great. I smell great. Love making is great. I am more confident. And it's a product that I am never going to be without. I use it twice a week just to maintain that fruity smell and to make sure that my husband enjoys his time when we are together. So thanks again to IMMERI. There's VAGINNE, and VAGINNE is for all women.
Yes, sir. So welcome back. Welcome back. I couldn't help myself, but just to share more and more testimonies on this product. I am telling you, that's an amazing testimony by Miss Charlene there. And I love the women that use this product because we are so open. We are so open. We do not mind sharing. We are so open. And now we can get other women to open up what are the challenges that they're facing. And by using VAGINNE, we can get so much benefit, so much result, and we can be a happier people in Trinidad and Tobago. And I use the word people because men too are going to enjoy when we, the women, use VAGINNE. Okay, so again, thank you very much for sharing with us, and we're looking forward to doing another program with you guys. Of course, we're going to do the other partner to VAGINNE. And we want to talk about digestive system, Miss Alicia, where, of course, you are also addressing that area. And that is one of my main focus too at Health and Wet Lifestyle, dealing with the digestive system. So probably we can get someone else to share their experience from using that product. The company has just about 6 products, actually. And but we just want to take it one by one to share to the public, because at Health and Wet Lifestyle, we always like to add value to our customers. Any added value that I see out there after doing my research, I'm going to bring it to my customers because I want people to continue to get result, and that is very important to me. Very, very important. And so we're going to say bye now. As we always say from Health and Wet Lifestyle, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication. I'm looking forward to your calls. Of course, you know the numbers by now, 288-1108 or 275-8359. Thank you.
Okay.